Welcome to our EPL show, the pre-match analysis, match day 6. My name is FM Steve, and I'm joined in the show by Josiah. Josiah, just say hi to the fans.
Hi, everyone.
We have SP. Simon, how are you?
Very fine. How's everyone doing?
Are you still in Old Trafford? Then we
no,
have...
Today I'm back home.
Oh, welcome back home. We have Gidi, London is red. How are you?
Always red, no pretenders.
And of course, you'll be challenged by Ron, a man from Stamford Bridge. Ron, how are you?
Fine. Hello, viewers.
Yes. So, gentlemen, it's always nice to have you in the show. And today we want to focus in the upcoming fixtures. So we are going to work on the predictions for the upcoming fixtures, and then we'll be talking about the big fixtures. That is Manchester United playing Chelsea, and of course, Arsenal playing Leicester. So let's go very fast to the predictions. I'll start with Josiah. Josiah, can you give us predictions of these fixtures? Aston Villa, Leeds United.
Aston Villa Leeds United, for me, I see a 1-1 draw.
Yes.
For both, yes.
West Ham, Man City.
I see a win for Man City, a 2-0 win for Man City.
Fulham, Crystal Palace.
I think Crystal Palace will clinch this with a 2-1 win against Fulham.
The big one, Man United versus Chelsea.
A 2-1 win for Man United for obvious reasons.
Okay, maybe you'll mention it later. Liverpool, Sheffield.
I think Sheffield will be clobbered 3-0 or even 4.
Southampton, Everton.
Southampton, Everton. I think Everton will clinch this, but will be competitive. So I'll go for a 3-2 win for Everton.
Wolves, Newcastle.
Wolves will clinch this one easily. Routine win 2-0.
Arsenal, Leicester.
I think Leicester will clinch this one. A 2-1 win for Leicester.
Brighton, West Brom.
1-0 to Brighton.
And then Monday night, Burnley, Spurs.
It will be Kenson Bale 4-0 for Tottenham.
Spurs. Okay. Simon, let's
Yes,
get
sir.
your prediction. Aston Villa leads.
Aston Villa win 2-0.
West Ham, Man City.
City comfortable 4-0 win.
Fulham, Crystal Palace.
That for me looks like a draw. I see Fulham getting another point, so I'll go 1-0.
It's a London affair. Man United, Chelsea.
Man United, Chelsea, very easy game for us on paper. So I'll go 2-0. I'll go 2-0 United.
2-0 United. Liverpool, Sheffield.
I actually think this will be the surprise for the weekend. And I think Sheffield really need to put some points on the table. So I'll go 1-1.
1-1. Liverpool has a leaking defense. Southampton, Everton.
Southampton, Everton. I still expect Everton to continue their winning streak. Not as comfortable as they'd expect. 3-1.
Wolves, Newcastle.
Wolves, Newcastle, difficult game. I'll go for a scoring draw, not a very high scoring draw, so I'll go 1-1.
Arsenal, Leicester.
Arsenal, Leicester, all depends on how the team's set up. And an informed decision right now, but I'll go for a snooze fest, 0-0.
Brighton, West Brom.
Brighton, West Brom. West Brom, I expect them to struggle this season, so I'm going to give this to Brighton. 1-0. Neil Mopey. 1-0.
Burnley, Tottenham.
Tottenham. Burnley are at home, but I don't expect Mourinho to make the same mistakes he made. So easy, straightforward routine, 2-0 win for Spurs.
Ron, let's get your prediction. Aston Villa, Leeds United.
Difficult, but I want to go for a 2-1 win for Leeds.
2-1 Leeds win. West Ham,
Yeah.
Man City.
I want to go 3-1 for Man City.
Fulham, Crystal Palace.
3-1 for Fulham.
Man United, Chelsea.
Catalogue of mistakes. 3-3 draw.
3-3 draw.
Yeah.
Okay. Liverpool, Sheffield.
2-1 Liverpool. Liverpool will just about edge it towards the end of the game. 2-1.
2-1. Southampton, Everton.
Everton's first loss of the season. Yeah. 2-1 Southampton.
Wolves, Newcastle.
Would go 3-1 Wolves.
3-1 Wolves. Arsenal, Leicester.
Arsenal, Leicester, 1-0 draw.
1-1 draw. Brighton, West Brom.
Another, probably, I see Brighton getting another win. Yeah, a slim one. Probably 3-2. 3-2 Brighton.
3-2 Brighton. Burnley, Tottenham.
Mourinho will be frustrated in this game. It will be a 1-0 draw.
1-1 draw. Giddy, let's see your prediction. Aston Villa, Leeds.
Okay. I'll go for a Villa win 2-1.
Villa win 2-1. West Ham, Man City.
I think City will be strong in this game, so 1-3. 3-1 for City.
Fulham, Crystal Palace.
1-2.
1-2. Fulham 1, Crystal Palace 2.
Fulham 1, Crystal Palace 2.
Man United, Chelsea.
I'll give a 2-2 draw.
2-2 draw. Liverpool, Sheffield.
3-0. I don't think Liverpool will really look at the defense, and I don't think they will concede in this one. 3-0.
Southampton, Everton.
I'll go with Ron's 2-1 to
2-1
Southampton.
to Southampton. Wolves, Newcastle.
2-0 to Wolves.
Arsenal, Leicester.
Another 2-0 to Arsenal.
You'll be welcoming party.
Party.
Brighton, West Brom.
I think the boys predicted well a 1-0 Brighton win.
Burnley, Spurs.
This time it will be a 0-3. I don't think Mourinho will repeat the same mistakes.
0-3. Okay, now let's now go deeper. Let's now look at the big match. Manchester United, Chelsea. The last time the two teams met at Old Trafford, like SP will say, routine win. United won 4-0. If I'm not wrong, it was 4-0. But Chelsea played. Actually, in my opinion, the best team lost that fixture. Now, Chelsea were inexperienced then. They've strengthened. Giddy, I'll start with you. What do you take about this fixture? Your prediction has been 2-2. But looking at the formation, looking at how these teams have started.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. I'll make it short because I know we don't have the time. So for me, I think I've said 2-2 because of the different approaches. I know that whether we have fans or not, Old Trafford is not a joke, especially for these big teams. I know Ole. We look to carry the results of the Newcastle game forward. He will have seen the positives there. He will really ensure that the team is going to really score. I don't think United will not have chances in this game. They have a very good forward line. I think if you see when Ole now tries to ensure that and demand that the team performs is by leaving Pogba, by making those decisions, he's making it very clear that those positions are not nailed on. You fight for your position, so that brings the competitiveness in the team, and I think United will be quite strong. Having said that, Chelsea again, we saw the attack against Southampton. They have a very fantastic attack. I know Oana, for example, will terrorize that United defense, which has been leaking goals of late. So I want to think both attacks are good. Of course, United having the home advantage, but Chelsea have to sort the defense, because against the likes of Rashford and company, they will find it difficult. Those guys are not the Southamptons. They will find those places. They will find those lack of concentration, and they will be punished. So for me, you can't really pick a winner in this game.
Ron, the last time when you visited Old Trafford, it wasn't a comfortable day for you. But if you look at the history of the two teams, Chelsea tend to do well at Old Trafford. And actually, and vice versa, United do well when they visit Stamford Bridge. So if you just look at the history of the two teams, Chelsea normally get results at Old Trafford. They are looking sharp going forward. What do you think Lampard needs to do so that he gets results? Because if you look at the last two fixtures, they've scored 7 goals. So it tells you that their forward line is good. They are scoring. They scored 4 versus Crystal Palace, and then the last weekend they scored 3 goals versus Southampton. So what do you think Lampard needs to do so that he may get a positive result? And by positive, I know your prediction has been draw, but for every manager prefers 3 points, taking 3 points back to Stamford Bridge.
Yeah, if there is any team Manu doesn't like facing, it's Chelsea. If I'm not mistaken, it's the only team that has a positive score against them in the history of the league. It gives them a lot of trouble. But of course, last season was not a very good one. I think it was the first time in very, very many years that Man U enjoyed the league double over Chelsea. The first time in very many years. I don't know what the statistics say, but there are so many years. So it's a team, every new manager, every Simon, what are you saying?
There is a Swahili term. I think
I'm
this is
saying a double without conceding a goal.
Simon is trying to say,
it was...
Ron, there is a Swahili term. They say, kugeuzwa kama chapati. Last season United chapati, chapati. So it was like
I see. But now it was for the first time in very many years for such a rare occurrence. That shows you what bogey side Chelsea is for Manchester United. It's the only team that stands tall against them. So last season, it was the first game of the season, fresh from pre-season. Of course, a lot of things can happen then, getting the team right, the balance of the team, and so on. But in that fixture, Chelsea outplayed Man U. They had all the possession, they had chances they missed, and Solskjaer mastered the art of playing without possession against big teams. So when they see a big team, they tend to sit back, and then they have Rashford and Martial flying or through the middle and on the wing. So I expect Chelsea, I expect that trend to continue. Chelsea will enjoy the possession, they will have the lion's share. That is how Man U plays against the big teams. Then they play on the counter. Chelsea's trouble will definitely be in defense, how they handle Rashford. And I think Martial will be back. I'm not so sure, but I think he should be back for that game from suspension. Always troubles Chelsea, Martial, if he plays. So if it is going to be a difficult game, Chelsea has also its firepower going forward. If Luke Shaw is on that field, probably it's difficult for me to separate the two sides, but the side that has the side that Werner is going to be playing, and also Ben Chilwell, who has come very good. They are going to be very busy, and probably that is a weakness for Manchester United on the left side. But if there is going to be any winner, I would want to slightly match as not because I'm a fan, but I think Chelsea have more. They have more going forward than Man U, and I think they have been getting together more than Man U. But it's difficult to separate the two sides. Both, they are a catalogue of mistakes. Both of them poor teams. It will be a funny game.
SP, United, so far, I can imagine if fans were at Old Trafford, what could be happening to Ole? Because so far, 0 point at home, losing to London clubs. So is it a jinx, or is it that London are telling United, you people, you are from rural homes? Eh? You know, first, first Crystal Palace went with confidence, scored 3 goals. Spurs doubled. Chelsea are looking good going forward. Ole, what do you think Ole must get it right so that he brings something back to the fans? Because, okay, when you travel, you get results. And you are scoring because you scored 4 against Newcastle, you scored 3 against Brighton. But when you are at home, you are not scoring. You are only scoring 1 goal. And actually, the second one was the usual Penandes. So, what do you think? What should Ole do this time to get a result against this strong side Chelsea? Chelsea are looking good.
Well, Chelsea have played against shit teams. That's why they've been looking good. But truth be told, no, Ole has Lampard's number. Ole knows how to play against Lampard. If Lampard has an Achilles heel, then it's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And nothing speaks, a greater Ole than when Ole is under pressure. He's already starting to show that he's a bit ruthless. You've seen even against the game against PSG, Pogba seated on the bench, Maguire left at home, and so he's showing people like Gideon was saying earlier that no one is a shoo-in into that team. So I expect this is one of the games that players play from the heart, and when players play from the heart, McTominay turns into prime Zinedine Zidane, Fred turns into one Sebastian Veron, and before you know it, you're spanking Lampard's team like no one's business. However, I expect, like Ron is saying, there'll be a catalogue of errors, and the team that takes advantage of the other wins it. But for me, based on what I saw against Newcastle, based on the impact I saw from Pogba coming off the bench and Donny van der Beek coming off the bench, I don't expect anything less than a win against Chelsea. Again, because of the kind of fixtures that we're expecting to see over the next month. And Ole is at his best when everyone thinks he will flop. So you can rest assured that it will be a very interesting game. Yeah, Manchester will come out on top.
Josiah, definitely, I can see it's all smiles. United started badly against Newcastle, and actually, I'm sure so many people are looking at and saying, "Hey, United, they will be 2 points above relegation," but they proved people wrong, and they scored 4 goals. Scoring 4 goals is not an easy. It's not a joke. And I think for the first time, Bruno missed a penalty. So, what do you think? Uh, some of the things Ole needs to do so that he doesn't mess like he did with Crystal Palace and Tottenham, so that this time he gets the result he wants.
Yes. So clearly, from what we saw from the last game, I can tell you that the game will be at the midfield, and he still should maintain McTominay and Fred to kill off those passes to Timo Werner from Kai Havertz and the likes at the midfield. And of course, take advantage of the fact that at the back, you guys are probably worse than us right now. With the likes of Zuma, we saw him giving assists to Che Adams in the last fixture, and I think it will be the same. The only advantage probably you have is Mendy coming in, but I can tell you for sure we'll be giving Mendy a very good introduction to the Premier League, proper one. This is from the heart and from the head. This is a routine win for Manchester United. Chelsea can't get this one. I am sure about that. We can talk about the fixtures after that, but for Chelsea, for us, we see Chelsea like a Fulham, and for this game, we're going to thrash these guys. The only one goal I've given to Chelsea is because of a mistake here and there, or probably a VAR. But I would even think the scoreline would actually go higher than 2. Anything 2+, and I'm sure Ron will not enjoy our next meeting.
So the people betting, they should put over 2.5. Okay.